Look at that beach. Want to walk on that beach? You don't realize how big these boulders are till you see people. There's some people down there walking. Well, I'm in the Samuel H. Boardman Scenic Corridor now, outside of Brookings. All this cold and rain the last couple days has me, I think I'm coughing. I'm not feeling good. Finally got to realizing I was sitting here thinking as I was climbing, I'm like, I know the layer that I need at home, sitting there. Didn't think I would need it. And then I realized, why don't I just double up my shirts? Duh. It feels way better already. Could have done this a couple days ago. Just crossed the highest bridge in Oregon. I was gonna stop on it to give you a view of the middle, but I chose life. So, we can't even see the bottom from here. Hold on. Well, this is as close as I'm getting. I'm not getting any closer. I don't know where the edge really is, so it's a bummer. It was a cool view. Well, the last view of the Oregon coast. This is from the Oregon Welcome Center, right on the border. Next stop. That's California Coast Rocks over there. That's a new sign. They made it look much, much better than before. Wow. All right, I was walking across the border because I wanted to walk across. I don't know why. But something really weird happened. Watch. We're in Oregon. Is that just me? Did you hear that? Let's try it again. I can get used to that. Let's go. First view. Quite picturesque, I must say. First redwood. Been riding with this guy. He's been a fun person to ride with. That was cool. Just rode with this guy named Frosty. Older retired guy. I gotta tell you, I've met two of those guys now today. He rode with me like, I don't know, almost 15 miles. And I was keeping up with him. That's exactly what I want to be doing in the next 20, 30 years. Exactly that. Pretty wild. Wow, look where I'm staying tonight, in the Redwoods. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty wild. Actually, that's a neat tree. Thank you, Mother. Thank you. This is very sweet. She didn't want me being in the rain, I don't think, anymore. Oh, pretty excited about this. We're not to Mill Creek Campground. This is a KOA, but yeah, my map always seems to be farther when I start getting close to it than I think it is when I first start. So we're like 60 miles in today, just shy of 60. Well, maybe just about 60. And I cannot do a third climb today. We did a lot of climbing today, so we're in for the night. All right, heading into Crescent City, doing a little resupply this morning. And then doing two of the biggest climbs that I've done so far. Both of them are larger than anything on the Oregon coast, and that is what I'm hoping to do today to get to Prairie Creek Campground in the Redwoods. Cool, cool. First climb of the day. I'm sitting there letting it get into my own head, I think. It's no different than the climb I do all the time behind my house. That logging road is about the same elevation. But I don't do it twice. Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do it twice. So I guess even that, both of those climbs, not the end of the world. But I am fatigued from riding 400 miles, so there's that. I think I need a day to rest and just kind of rejuvenate a little bit. Super glad that there is road work, because look at this shoulder, and now look at the amount of traffic. That would not be fun. Hopefully this road work lasts a long time. Who had to stop and take a break up this hill on this big, long, huge, gigantic tree. We're in the Redwoods National Park and State Parks. Past that first sign, I just didn't want to stop because there was road construction. It was pretty cool. Very happy to be here. Well, isn't that a beautiful sight? First big climb in California, done. First of 3. This is the second biggest one. We have another one today. It's the third biggest one. And then we have the king daddy of them all down a couple days from now. Fun fact of the day. So this is a trillium, this flower, and they are growing all over up here. There's a ton of them along the side of the road. And they don't bloom for at least 7 years once they start growing. And so whenever you pick one of those, the flower is done for. It won't bloom again. So if it gets picked, it's dead. And the reason I think about it is one time I was at Silver Falls. Last year I was at Silver Falls hiking that loop, and I saw these girls. They had 2 gripfuls of them, and the mom had a gripful, and I was like, ooh, that's a lot of little flowers that will no longer bloom along this trail. So yeah, don't pick those. How much more picturesque can you get? I just saw a crow carrying off a very live baby bunny. That was terrible. Nothing I could do. The little bunny looked horrified. He flew right in front of me with him. Well, isn't that a mysterious sight? Huh? That fence around Babe is for our protection. He's quite dangerous, that Babe. You know, as I stand here and ponder this statue, or these statues, the maker made some interesting decisions. You know, for one, what's going on here? Did he lose all of his buttons in the forest? And we don't need to talk about Babe, but you gotta wonder what was the motivation there. I don't get it. Look at the size of this snag here.
Never be able to get even half of it in the photo. Usually you get the 2 parts. Well, you guys have a, yeah.
Wow, look who's hanging out near my campground this afternoon. Bunch of elks. I kind of wanted to go over there and see if there were showers and get some water, but I'm not sure it's a good idea to just go rushing through there at the moment. You ever wonder what's in these call boxes? Yeah, me neither, but let's look anyway. Oh. Now we know. So we're in Sumig State Park this morning. It's a really quite lovely coastline. Well, I must say, hippie culture is very much alive and well in Humboldt County. I'm in Arcata right now, and just walked through a farmer's Saturday market. It feels like you almost stepped back into time. Just a bunch of hippies. It's kind of weird. Well, There was a decommissioned KOA back there in Arcata? No, or it might be Eureka now. I could not, for the life of me, register online, try getting a hold of somebody over there. Nothing. There's no after hours slips. And this is like a dead zone for camping. Unless I want to stealth camp, which I really don't here. There is a lot of less than sane people. I think I'm gonna have to get a hotel. I can't believe it. So I think we're gonna go look for a hotel in Eureka. You know what's interesting is Arcata, and now here in, this guy's not gonna stop, okay. And Eureka, beautiful downtowns, just lovely. There's live music in both of them. I just passed a big old food fest of some kind, live music. It's lovely. The connective tissue that holds all these places together. I mean, the way people are living in the bike route between the two and in through it, between all the pretty areas, it's wild. All right, leaving Eureka, back on the waterfront trail, heading south. Today we're gonna be, hopefully, in the Humboldt State Redwood Forest. Oh, Humboldt Redwood State Forest. There we go. And we'll be on the, what is it called? The Hall of Giants, I think is the name of the road. So that should be way better than down here. Doing my very best to dodge all these snails. There are so many on this trail. Oh my gosh. So this is where they make Pepsi. Ferndale is just full of these really well-maintained old houses. It's a very small community. Look at this tree. It's like 1,000 people or something. Look at it, it's beautiful. Must have been a lot of cow money in this town, I would assume. It always gives you a warm and fuzzy feeling whenever you're getting onto the freeway on-ramp and it says, pedestrians not permitted. 10 miles. I won't be in the Avenue of the Giants. The entrance of Humboldt Redwood State Park. It's gorgeous. Getting closer, a lot closer. Okay, here's my conundrum. I really want to go hike through here, but this particular forest, everywhere I look, loaded with poison oak. I mean, loaded with it everywhere. Look at, there's some dangling out into the trail. I'll just view it from the road. I'm about to pass the campsite that I had for today. It's about 55 miles in for my day. But man, it feels so warm. My knees are doing pretty good. And the next campground's only 41 miles away. I think I'm gonna try for it. That'd be my longest day ever. So we'll see how we do. Tell you what, everything is just clicking today. Beautiful weather, absolutely stunning scenery. I figured out exactly where to put my feet on these pedals, exactly how fast to turn the crank, exactly how much resistance to allow. The saddle feels like part of my butt, maybe a little uncomfortable part, but oh, this is probably, there's days where you think this has got to be what heaven feels like. Today is that day. In the midst of the Big Daddy climb, it's a slow ramp. It takes quite a few miles to get up. Whew. Long afternoon. Just leaving Garberville, and it's an interesting place. On the way up, that's a beautiful view up here. On the way up from, I'm climbing. I've been climbing for miles and miles and miles. And I'm smoked from the climbing. Actually, I'm not. Actually, I'm still doing really good. I'm tired though, for sure. Some kid comes by and starts rolling coal on me, and I'm like, gosh, come on, man. And then he came back around for a second round, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, bro. And honestly, it kind of helped me, really, because before he did that, I was thinking, I'm like, geez, I hope I don't barf here. It's so hot. You know? I don't have much water. I don't want to lose what I got. And after that, I didn't have any thought of that at all. I always think about this kid, and I'm like, I'm not even mad at him, really. I think he assumes I'm some liberal from the Bay Area or something. I don't know, really. It's very conservative out here, obviously, in the middle of nowhere. And he doesn't realize that I'm conservative, you know? I wonder if that would even make a difference. I don't know. But got me thinking about it is that attitude must be predominant around here, because I stopped at the gas station in Garberville to get some water. And there's this dude from Germany trying to fill up his gas pump, and the attendant was just purposely making it difficult for him to understand how to do. I don't understand that. You know, kindness goes a whole long way. And why do you go out of your way to not be kind? I don't understand that. There's the view I was talking about. Look at that. We're up in the mountains now. Love it. Well, I rode until, started at like 6:30 this morning in Eureka, and I rode for 100 miles today. 100 miles, and till dark pretty much, almost dark. It's quite close to dark, but I'm here. I made it. It's like right outside of Leggett. Almost all the big climbing is done. There's one last really big punchy climb to get over tomorrow, and I'm down into no more climbing. I don't know if that's the Bay Area or not, but we're like 200 miles away from the Golden Gate Bridge now. 200 miles. That's not too far. Beautiful morning to get started. A little after 7 o'clock this morning. Stayed opposite of the Confusion Hill. Whatever that is. It's confusing. Off the 101, onto the 1. We're in the last leg of this thing now. Stopped to take a little snack break, but we are in the climb today. Pretty quiet out here too, which is really good. It's good to hit it on a Monday morning, I think, because there is no shoulder. Obviously, there's no. I mean, there's good pull out right here, but It's like zero shoulder, which has been great because people are going slow. The 101, people were not going slow, so this is not too bad. I think we're at the top, or pretty close to the top, because it's more or less leveled off. I'd love to give you guys a video of going down, but I'm not doing that one-handed. So this is probably as good as you're gonna get. Maybe I'll try putting it on my mount, but it never does really good video, so we'll see. I've been meaning to show you guys this. This is actually the elevation for the 407 miles from right before Crescent City to San Francisco. So this was that second biggest climb we did the other day, and then that's the one I did right after the fact, right? And all of these, both of these climbs are, well, this one is about the highest one in Oregon, right? This one's a little bit higher. And you go along, you go along, you go along. We've been climbing this one yesterday, and then today we started here, and now we're doing that. I had to stop and show you guys. I figured I better do it before it's time to completely quit. And then look, just little hills all the rest of the way into San Francisco to the Golden Gate Bridge. It's pretty cool. Look at this foxglove. You can't get a prettier flower, I don't think. Is that even in focus? I don't have my good glasses on. Anyway, I love this stuff. I'm taking a break. We did that big climb, the big downhill, and there's actually another pretty good sized climb. It kind of sneaks in at the very bottom of the big one. So, middle of doing that one. It's perfect out right now. Some other curious thing happened on this climb right now, or a little bit ago. I think I'm completely by myself. There's like nobody out here, even very few cars. I'm climbing away, just in my own head thinking. All of a sudden, hey! I look over, there's a bum sitting in the bushes. I'm like, hey man. He's all, you wanna buy some weed by chance? I'm like, no, I'm good, thank you. You can't get more California than that. You're surrounded by beauty and then randomly, next thing you know, boom, there you are. You wouldn't think all the way out here, but I was wrong. First view of the ocean today. Definitely doesn't disappoint. Look how shallow it is. It looks like it's silty or something. I misunderstood the no climbing thing. There's a lot of rolling hills, so it's a lot of steep ups, short downs. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long trip in. Pretty sure there's gotta be something wrong with you if you want to bike this. Something went seriously wrong in your childhood. That's what happened. Oh my gosh. Okay, I take it back. This is awesome. It's a lot of fun. I take it back. I take it all back. This sucks. Well, we're in Fort Bragg. I think I passed the Glass Beach. I could be wrong. It looks familiar, but all I really care about here in Fort Bragg is McDonald's because I want their coffee. We're in it today. We're in the part that I don't like. I don't like the scenery that much. I can't get comfortable on my bike. It's too much traffic. And all I can do is think about the finish line now. We're getting close. We're like 160 something miles from the end now, from where I am right now. This is where it's just gonna take, you know, this is where it just takes, you just gotta do it. You just gotta finish it. Hurricane around the county came while I was crossing the bridge. Nobody here until then. Starting off a very drippy, cold, semi-windy morning. Heading towards Point Arenas. And I have to do almost 80 miles today if I want a shot at getting on that train on Wednesday. That is going to be a very tall order. That's going to be a very tall order. Here we go, let's give it a shot. Flat number 2, roadside flat. The result of that one was a broken beer bottle, piece of broken beer bottle glass, a little brown piece of glass I found jammed in the tire. I didn't even see it today, so must have ran it over. This cow's been losing his marbles over there the whole time I've been fixing my tire. Well, I met my first other people doing the Pacific Coast bike tour today. They were 2 people from Switzerland. It was interesting. It's been, what, 700 miles now, and I haven't seen a single other person. I thought I was doing it by myself for a while. So, it was good to see other people. Sun's finally coming out. Yeah, not much of a view, really. There was a second ago, of course. Someone's gonna get to live and see this. Live right here. Maybe they already do. Maybe they probably own a good portion of Google. I don't know. All right, well, we're in Sonoma County now. And there's just like hardly anything anywhere over here. There's very little infrastructure. So I saw this resort. I'm like, I bet you they have a little general store. I can get me some M&Ms. Maybe a cup of coffee. I roll in there. It looks very premier. Okay, I'll give it that. I got the most unwelcoming I've ever gotten in my entire life, I think. They knew who I was. You know, like, they didn't think I was homeless, but they looked at me like I was that guy from the other day. Got any weed? You want any weed by chance? That's what it felt like they were looking at me like I was looking at that guy. Which actually maybe, oh, I should think about that a little bit, huh? Anyway, the funny thing that kind of made me laugh, there was this guy there, staying there, and he had like this very premier carbon fiber, beautiful road bike. He's all decked out in all the aero gear. And I was asking somebody there, and I'm like, is there anything to eat here? And the lady's like, no. And the other guy's like, well, yeah, there is. And anyway, he's just listening to this whole thing go down. And then they're like, there's another place 20 miles north. And I'm like, yeah, I just came from there. It was too early to stop, so I didn't stop there. And then the other guy's like, well, there's something 15 miles down the road. It's a really small general store that might be open. I'm like, oh, that sounds great. The guy in the road bike is looking at me, looks at me up and down, and he goes, there's a lot of climbing that way. And I'm like, 15 miles isn't bad. He's like, yeah, but the climbing. I'm like, bro, I got another 30 miles I gotta go either way. It doesn't really matter. And I don't know. I thought that was super funny. And then I sat there drinking, I bought some coffee so I could sit in their comfy chairs. And I sat there and watched that dude just do laps in the parking lot on that fancy bike. I'm assuming he's too scared to be out here on the one. I mean, I can understand why. Anyway, I am so glad I wasn't born rich. I think that could be worse than a lot of other things. No traveling on the king's property. Look at the beach from a distance. If this was Oregon, this would all be accessible. This is beautiful, but I'd much rather live in Oregon. Check this out. It's a really old cemetery from whenever the Russians first landed here. Fort, what was this, Fort Ross? And this is, I don't know, it's pretty interesting. It's so big. And so, no railing. That's insane. All right, we made it to our final campground in California. Tomorrow, I think, according to the map, who knows though, I'll be at the Golden Gate Bridge in 72 miles. And I'm finishing my last dinner, some knockoff rice roni. That's a San Francisco treat and all, so. Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm not staying in a campsite at the moment, unfortunately. This campground doesn't have hiker-biker options, so I just put my slot in there, said it was a hiker-biker, and took one of their day sites. So hopefully I am not disturbed tonight. We'll see. Can it be? This is gonna be the last day riding this bike in California. Let's start with a climb out of the campsite. Yesterday, I ended up having to go 84 miles over some massive climbing. I really thought this was gonna be an easy section. I can't believe how wrong I was. Oh, I met those other bikers the other day, yesterday, and they're like, the climbing. I'm like, yeah, I know. It doesn't look bad on the map. It's a lot of up and down. But anyway, so today, 72 miles supposedly, but my map keeps telling me shorter distances in the morning, I noticed. So once reality hits in the afternoon, I'm always a little disappointed. So maybe 80, who knows? And then I gotta get to the train station somehow in Oakland. So I'm assuming I'll probably have to ride there too. Don't matter, I'm gonna do it, that's for sure. Compared to the last couple mornings, this is nice and mild and lovely. No mist, no rain. Just good views. This view is beautiful, but from my vantage point, all I can think about is, did I pack enough water? This looks steep and hot and very tiring. It's a weird feeling. You just put your head down, start pedaling away, and like you look up in like an hour and you're nowhere near the beach and you're like in the middle of nowhere. It's crazy. I don't know if it's capturing it, but the wind is really kicking up and it's just waving through that grass. Well, I must be getting really close. That's the one right there. I just biked over here and bike path. There's a bike path and it goes a long ways. I'm still around 30 miles away, 31 miles away. but I think I am on the other side of it now. I think my chances of being killed by a car are much less at this point. Over the last, I don't know, 3 days, I talked to several different people on the way here, and they were asking about my route. And we were comparing notes and it's like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. I had 2 people specifically use the same term when it came to this area. They said, oh, you don't want to do that. It's like damp and cold and dark and musky. This is literally my favorite part. This is what it's about for me. How do you not like the forest? It's crazy. I feel like I went from I don't know, Les Miserables out there getting tore up on the one to like Mary Poppins in here. I feel like someone's gonna sing me a little song. Well, we're in the city now. I'd like to show you riding through the town, but man, it's stressful. I gotta pay attention to my map. Pretty cool bike infrastructure here, I must say. It like really connects communities. It's quite interesting. I like it a lot, actually. There we go. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, but I rode here. 75 miles today, but it's just early afternoon. Perfect. Perfect timing. Gotta find a way across it now. Just sitting here waiting for my train now. I'm so tired I can barely think, like legitimately. But now that you know what it takes to do a bike tour, this is an open invitation for anyone who wants to go with me next year, Victoria, British Columbia to Astoria. Come on now, you got a year to train. Who's going?